What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. I'm happy to see you all here, or I'm happy to, I guess, ethereally imagine you all being here since I recorded this well before you all see it. But you get what I mean. I'm not trying to break the fourth wall right now. Welcome to the Nerd Castle for another episode of Dead State. What we need to do today is honestly more scavenging. It looks like Joel wanted to go get things from a supermarket that's out here. I'm okay with that plan. That plan seems pretty decent, and so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Can I upgrade? Hold on. Let me see. Character. Oh, I have 4 skill points. I could actually upgrade twice if I wanted to. Oh, it's going to take me 3 to go up to there. I thought that these each costed 2. Well. Oh, we have negotiation skills. I should have used negotiation in the previous episode when we were talking to the girl. I thought we had leadership. Damn it. Ugh, me not knowing my skill sets. I think that fast travel on the map is probably a decent idea. Can I not? You can only upgrade 1 per level up? Oh, that's a little weak actually. Okay, so I get why that restriction's there, but it makes me sad. I don't know if I should make my melee skills better since he is like our bruiser, our frontline guy, or if I should focus on supplementary skills like survival. Harvesting on the random map can give you a lot of food. I'm going to take survival up to over there. His attack rate is okay right now. It's other characters that I'm a little bit concerned about, although maybe when I take them out, we'll be able to handle things. I'm pretty sure I've got everybody assigned to work right now. The disgruntled person I investigated in between episodes, the disgruntled person is just the girl that won't talk to anybody. So he wants us to go to the Mason supermarket, and I think things get a little wild at the Mason supermarket from what I recall. I think. Lano Residential over there. The human campsite's a bad idea, but I think we could take it if we got really, really lucky. We should also probably find some horses or something. Let's do the supermarket first. We'll swing around, then we'll hit Lano Residential if we still got enough health. If our will is no longer weak. If our will is, I don't know. What's a word that starts with W that means strong? If our will is well? Yeah, I don't like that one, though. That's got too much, like, E-I-E-I-O action going on in it. It might end up with a weird invocation of Old MacDonald going on. Alright, so here's everybody. I've got them all re-equipped with blunt weaponry because I find that we actually fight. Man, this place sure has changed. Driving skills check. Failed. That's what happens in Shadowrun when you fail a driving check. God. Like, the most interesting things ever happen in Shadowrun when you get into drives. Like, when you get into any sort of car chase or anything else, like, that is seriously the most interesting that Shadowrun gets. It's, anytime you're in a car, you know things are going to get super crazy, super fast. I think I'll probably take them off right here. I'll probably move him up to here. Move him up to here. I've always wondered why a lot of people, like in the western United States, instead of saying probably, we say, well, pry. I don't know. I've always wondered why we say it that way. Like, there's got to be a story behind why people here, instead of saying probably, we go, it's pry over there. Like, that's just what we do. Is it just like a turn of phrase, or does it have a meaning, or is it just kind of like one of those weird linguistic things that has like hung over from a previous age? All right, so there's one zombie down. If we attract anything else, a foul-smelling car. Basically any car that I've been inside of. Or any car that's had fast food within like the last 48 hours. Oh, it always stinks so bad. Fast food smells amazing until like a day later when it's like soaked into your seats and you're just like, it's got like that cold fast food smell. Everybody regroup. Come along everyone. We're going to clear out the parking lot. And then we're going to go in because I am terrified that zombies are going to add on to this problem and cause all kinds of issues. Now that we're in the zone, I'm going to save real fast. Once again, my game is crashing for me, so I try to keep things lined up. Try and get him. I think we should be able to deal with the zombies really, really easy. Like, I see no reason why any of these zombies should actually be a real credible or tangible threat. We've got a gutted man. He doesn't look gutted to me. He just looks like he's been cleaning a car or like working on an engine or something. He's just all dirty. Looks like he's been crawling around on the floor a little bit, but no indication that he's been gutted. Did I loot this? I did not. So there's bullets over here. I'll probably have Joel get over here, man. You need the bullets more than I do. It's an inventory item which benefits you. Also, I should probably do their level ups if they have skills that can be leveled up. Did they level up on their own then? Or is it only my character that levels up? Huh. I wonder how that works. I'm sure somebody can explain it to me. I guess they must auto-level or something. Let's have a look at her. Yeah, I guess they must auto-level as the game goes along. Either that or they start out with skills that are good enough to keep them floating, I guess. Let's use Twiddle Time to get in on this zombie over here for the crime of wearing that ridiculous V-neck. You will now be destroyed, zombie. If you were alive and wearing the V-neck, you wouldn't be destroyed because it would be a fashion accessory that doesn't necessarily resonate with me, but on a zombie, once you have a V-neck, it's all over. So he's got bullets and electronics. I also need to figure out where the data's at so that we can read some stories. I feel like they're going to pile up a little too high if I don't get on it soon. We'll have like 35 stories we have to read all in one sitting, and then I'll have to do like a bonus episode that doesn't really count. Itchy Tasty? His name is Itchy Tasty? The hell kind of name is Itchy Tasty? Huh. He's got to be like a crack dealer or something. No person with a normal career his nickname is Itchy Tasty. That's just, Itchy Tasty is like the name of that guy on the street corner that sits around like twitching and itching all day, but will also sell you like a quick twomp or something if you need to. Oh man. Let's go ahead and handle this. So Itchy Tasty's been taken care of. I'm going to continue running around and just dealing with random people. Is that door open right there? Okay, well, I'm just going to deal with zombies then. We'll just kind of do crowd control. Zombies do spawn on occasion. Like, I've seen zombies spawn in my other playthrough. It was actually kind of bad. Well, hopefully we kill him before he kills us because we're way isolated right now. There we go. So we got lucky. That was my fault. The clicking and the moving and the clicking and all of that stuff did not go so well. We've got 7.5 gallons of gas. We are getting some serious gasoline out of this location, so that's good. Alright, we'll get you. Just doing cleanup crew type stuff. There we go. Barring any crazy issues, we should be able to get all kinds of loot off these zombies, I think. Can't look through the windows over there, but I can look in the crashed car. Maybe siphon the gas out. Oh, chocolate bar. Okay. Chocolate bar and a flashlight. Or an electric torch, as my friends overseas like to call it. Or is that what you guys call it? I know you call it a torch, but is it an electric torch or just like a torch? I don't know. My knowledge of slang and naming things from other countries, very limited, although I do enjoy learning other people's slang. Other people's slang, incredibly interesting a lot of the time because there's always stories behind slang and like how it got where it is. Good old Itchy Tasty. I wish I had named my character Itchy Tasty. I bet I'd be way better at my job if my character's name was Itchy Tasty. I'm going to have him loot the car because it's got the bullets in it. Also a taser. I don't think the taser's going to be... Well, a taser might be useful against zombies. As far as we can tell, their internal bioelectrical systems, their neurological system probably still functions perfectly fine. So you electrify it, I'm sure muscle spasms and all that kind of stuff will take over. Maybe save you a bit of work and trouble. Him run around a bit, check all these cars. The front door is open right there, which worries me. I would rather like not deal with that situation at the moment. Got another blanket and some other useful stuff. I wish there was a bit more contextual uses for some of the random like special items you pick up. Oh, there's a zombie right there. Okay, so having run around and looked at all the zombies, we got another zombie in a power suit over here. I think we've just about cleared out enough enemies to go to the bargain owl and start having a look around. I do think we're probably going to run into trouble here, though, so let's bring the tank up front. Ladies and gentlemen, well, lady and gentleman, welcome back over to the bargain owl, where we will now follow Tweedle Time. Tweedle Time, let's see what's going on over here. Looks like the more... This is basically what my store used to look like after Black Friday. This is essentially the aftermath of consumerism right here. I always heard that George Romero thought of zombies as a commentary on consumerism and like how we'll like eat each other alive just to get like the things we need and stuff like that. It's an interesting perspective. Although honestly, while I love George Romero and I support him by buying everything he puts out, I do think that his best work was probably Dawn of the Dead. After that, Day of the Dead was okay. Land of the Dead was definitely groundbreaking, but Dawn of the Dead is my favorite one. I'm talking, of course, about the 1981. Is that it? 1981 or was it 1979? Can't remember. It's been a long time since I was a cinephile. I used to be a cinephile because I worked at a movie store, and so it's in your best interest to be a cinephile when you work at a movie store. Looks like we only have the one zombie over here. Let's go ahead and deal with him. Real quick like. Or miss a lot. I mean, that's fine too. So he's knocked out. I'm actually going to run. Zombie's going to get the first move right here, which is unfortunate. I'm actually going to leave them far and away out of reach, I think. And we'll just kind of deal with this as it goes along. I wish I knew how to change their facing. That's been a problem for me thus far. I'll probably put him like right here. It seems like their facing automatically works sometimes, and then it doesn't other times. I'm going to stop right here because I think that's going to be just about the extent of his AP, unless he has like a larger pool than I thought he had. If he does, good for you. I'm glad to hear you're doing well in life, man. You deserve it. Congratulations on your bigger pool, but up until then... Alright, let's get on him. Now that he's active, they're harder to hit though, so... These sorts of things can quickly escalate and become problematic. There's 2 hits right there. And the 3rd hit puts him down to the ground. Awesome. And if there was noise made... Let me... Yeah, there's still somebody here. Yep. There's still somebody here. I heard it. I heard the noise. So we need to investigate and find him. We also run the risk of looters right now, so I prefer to take it very, very slow and keep the bullet vest up front. Alright. Let's have a little look-see here. Anything that we can loot? I don't actually agree with this as a decision. A shopping mart doesn't seem like the kind of place where they would have a lot of stuff like weeks after the initial problems. Okay, so there's a zombie right there. I don't know if I even need to deal with him right now. Let's check the employee lockers for anything that'll be useful. Indeed, there are useful things in the employee lockers, so that's good. I'll probably hand those off to actually... Let me throw the shoes back in there and I'll give them to the cops so that he's got a little bit of armor. Since I can't really hand things around, I have to use the inventory system against it. This zombie over here is problematic, and if I break the door down... Oh, shnikes. So twiddle time is all by his lonesome. I think I'll probably come back over here and we'll just kind of wait and see what the zombie does. Let's just wait it out. We may not even be... Yeah, I was going to say, we may not even be in combat right now. Like, he could just be wandering around. Could be hard to tell. We're definitely still in combat. We're stuck in like a loop right now. So what happens is sometimes the combat system gets like confused and can't figure out what it wants. So he's just hanging out right there. What if I do something like this? He's probably going to try and get me from behind, which will hurt like hell. Yeah, 7 points of damage, but he resisted 17 of it. I'll have them start working this way just in case they get knocked down or anything, but he should be able to handle it on this turn, I think. Unless he has like an outbreak of misses. The percentages are not for us right now, but they're not against us either. It's kind of in the 70% region, which is kind of the danger zone when you're playing XCOM-like games, where you can still miss fairly frequently, but at the same time, you've got enough of a chance to where you don't feel too bad pulling the trigger on it. Anything in here? A freezer shelf. Did something just spawn right there? No. Okay, it was the body despawning. Alright. Despawning's fine. Respawning, not okay. Might be able to get something out of the turlets in here. Somebody cleared their throat and it freaked me out for a second. Anything? Nothing in the turlets, huh? Okay, so we can't get anything out of the toilets then. I do need to check. Oh, shit. I was not paying attention. Oh, balls. Yeah, now would be a really, really bad time for things like this to happen to you. This is one of the problems you get into by scouting around by yourself, is that I didn't actually see those. They spawned in slow after I clicked on the... Actually, if I can run away... Yeah, run the hell away. Don't even participate in that combat if you don't have to. It looks like they bugged out. We got lucky. They're going to come down this way, so I thought I heard coughing or something, so that makes sense now given the context. They're going to occupy the same space, which is odd, but I suppose it's no weirder than any other thing that's happened in this game thus far. There are definitely a lot of bugs. I feel like a lot of people are sort of just like ignoring the fact that there's bugs and posting amazing reviews of this game, which I actually think is tremendously disingenuous because people are getting like tricked into spending their money on something where weird buggy things like this happen all the time. Like seriously, you cannot play the game without 40 minutes without hitting some kind of bug of this nature. You will hit some kind of bug, I promise you. And look, they just bugged out and gave us like a second turn or something. There we go. One zombie at a time. This guy might be freed from his weird turn-based torpor. I'm going to allow... It depends. Can I kill that on this turn? That's what really depends. I'll put her right there for now. There's a little bit of damage done. Not much. But if our tank can cleave his way through this... There we go. We'll be in better shape. So now I'll set myself up right there for the next turn. She'll probably go after her. No, she's going after the main character. Again and again and again. They seem to like to go after the main character. Why that is, I'm not really sure. I have no idea what their priority is. I would assume that they have... For turn-based programming, the AI is almost remarkably simple. It checks for things. So if it can get to you without using up all of its AP and still get a back attack, it'll go for that. A lot of games, they'll go for the kill before anything else, which actually can be fairly exploitable if you've got a character at low health. So yeah, that was a situation that almost ended really badly for me. We'll take the bullets. I think there's 2 dead guys on the same spot, and it's in our interest. There's a dead sheriff. But since they have the same model, unfortunately, it might become difficult. Like I said, bugs. Bugs everywhere. There's a whole bunch of goodies, so oh, you can't carry that much? Okay. I'm gonna load it on somebody else. I guess this is the magic shelf over here. Let's go ahead and we'll swap him on in. Grab ourselves some cereal or something. I love cereal. Cereal's the greatest. Everybody loves cereal. Who doesn't love cereal? Like, I had a kid come over to my house when I was a kid who didn't like cereal. I'm like, who doesn't like cereal? It's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm not trying to be mean right now by putting extra emphasis on the W in weird, but it's odd. It's very, very odd. I'm not sure I can trust a man who doesn't enjoy Cocoa Krispies. Or, even better, Cocoa Pebbles. Cocoa Pebbles are the superior version of the chocolate-related rice flake. They are, by and far, the best one. Some more chocolate and goodies. I'm going to make one more canvas run around this place to make sure that I didn't miss anything while I was sprinting around trying to avoid getting bitten in the face by things. I don't think I ever checked over... Oh, maybe I did. Okay, so did this cop get looted? He did. Okay. Well, it looks like we may have indeed gotten everything. I think this location might be done. It'll depend on our weight allotment whether or not we will continue to scavenge after this. I'd hate to waste an entire... I guess I could go back to base, drop off, and then go back out for another run. Thus far, I think the difficulty in this game is sort of spiky. Occasionally, I mean, we got saved by a bug in that last fight. If they hadn't bugged out, we would have been toast. So, the bug worked to my... Usually the bug kills me, but in this case, the bug worked to my favor, so... Wasn't too bad. Can I get in right there and maybe hit him in the face? Or like in the side of the face? Really any region of the face would work. The side, the front. I just want to put a hammer through this guy. I don't know if she's going to hear that. She might. Slightly wounded. Okay. He's been chewed on. That's not polite. Unless they ask for it first. Consensual chewings are okay, but unconsensual chewings, not alright. You can't put your mouth on things that don't want you to put your mouth on them. If there's one thing I have learned from the legal system and also from the 3rd grade school around the corner, it's that you're not allowed to put your mouth on people without asking. So, I know stuff about life. Alright, let's go over here. And now we got to get rid of power suit. She got shoulder pads and everything. Reminds me of the episode of The Office where Michael, he gets like a discount suit and it's a women's suit and he doesn't notice. It's like... Such perfect stereotypical Michael Scott, and I love it every single why am I carrying around a rat right now? How did I don't even want to bring that back because I'm going to accidentally stalk it or something, and then bad things are going to happen, as often do when you turn to stalking and stalking related activities. Did I clear all of this out? Is this all done? Oh wow, we were fairly efficient about this whole thing. Okay. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I'd like to get this location done, though, before we do anything else. I would prefer it. I'm going to try and break this door down, too. I bet there's going to be looters around here somewhere. There's got to be. There's no way that we aren't up against looters at this point. There is a little... I wish it told you the damage in your combat log that you were dealing to the door. You should always break off combat and start over again, because it refills your AP, so that if there's something right inside the door that you have to adapt to, you can move around a little bit. Okay, so we got a Z over there. No, it did that thing. See, it did that thing right there where it spawned. That mob was not there. It randomly spawned that mob on us. It does this sometimes where the combat is just like I hate that. I wish you could take a delay. They need to add that so that you could delay your turn at the cost of like 2 AP or something so that you can move people around and get them into a good position rather than a bad one. Because now we've got people not getting to use all of their AP. Ooh, killer! Well done, you gorilla, you. I would rather be in this position. You always want to set it from the side or from behind in this game, otherwise terrible things are going to happen to you. Hopefully this guy does nothing efficient. He's got a backpack on, so maybe we can get some loot from him too. I wish that was taken into account as well. He hit me for 0 points of damage, and with the counterattack we should be able to solve this combat pretty quickly, I think. I'll probably move him to right here because he's not going to have the AP to attack if he moves to right there, whereas if I move her to right here, we can then kill this, maybe. There we go. That's what I was hunting and fishing for. I would prefer... There's still not a whole lot of efficient ways for you to like get into a location in this game. But with 2 hits, he's also got armor on, so he should be fine. The other thing that I'd probably prefer to do is have him face this way. But 3 zombies, that's a lot of zombies up in here. I don't know how many more there's going to be. Alright. It was us or them, I guess. You should stop feeling guilty about killing zombies. They're zombies. Zombies are zombies. They are just victims in the making. I think that's another reason why people like zombie stuff. Ooh, a bunch of combs and grooming kits just in case you have a big old hipster beard. More tampons, huh? Just in case. Sanitary items. You never know until you need one. Never know. You can also use a maxi pad as a bandage if you have to. I don't know if some people knew that, but you can use... Oh, hello. You see what I mean? Occasionally the game just spawns random zombies on you. That zombie was 100% not out here anywhere, and she just spawned on us. Unless she was around the backside of this wall, I guess, but I've played the game long enough to realize that the game does, like, spawn things on you randomly. For example, I checked an entire map in one of my other playthroughs. I'm actually going to get her out of the way so that my armor guy can be blocking the doorway because she can't take any more damage here. Now these places have pharmacies, which is a little bit troublesome. We need more pills to refill her doctor bag. But anyways, as I was saying, the game does random spawn zombies on you, so be ready for that. Hit me for 11, unfortunately. And this is the downside to being in the doorway when you fight. You have nobody that can attack diagonals. It becomes an issue. He should be alright, though. I don't know if you can only count as bit if you get incapacitated or how that works. I also don't know how the tackle checks work for the zombies, like how they just magically get to tackle you. Getting tackled by a zombie seems fairly easy to avoid, but anyways, the game spawns zombies on you is my point. It'll, for example, on another map that was really small, I had checked the whole thing. There was no zombies around, and then when I opened a specific door, it spawned like 2 zombies right around the corner from me and initiated combat. It's done that on a couple of occasions, where just zombies have showed up where they weren't. Like, I've already checked a corner and then they magically show up. That's not a feature that I'm really a huge fan of. I think that if you're careful and you're prepared and you check your corners and you try to be careful about things, you should be rewarded for that. And I don't like encounters that there's no way for you to duck them. Like, you have to do them. You have no choice. It makes sense for like boss fights and things, but what I mean is like triggered events, I guess. Like I said, like where I opened a specific door knowing full well that there was no zombies anywhere around, and then magically one just materialized right here and attacked my party, or 2 or 3 of them materialized. Those sort of things, they don't make me mad. They don't like irritate me, but I don't find them to be necessary either, I guess. I guess it's a way to keep you on your toes, I suppose, but who knows. I'm going to try and get this zombie real fast. There we go. Walk up on her, give her a couple right upside the head. Bam! A couple of hammers. We're all done. Lots of hammer time taking place here. Like, I feel like I should be able to make that joke a lot more, but I just don't. A well-stocked pharmacy shelf. Okay, good, because that's exactly the sort of thing that we need right now. We get ourselves little creature oh, hello, powdered milk. So we got stupor racks, candles. Okay, all these things are going to be codeine. Okay, so I'm going to leave everything. I'm going to take everything. Can he not carry all this? You can't carry that much. Well, okay, so he can't carry everything that's left, which means it's our doctor's turn. We may actually have to make a run back to our base to drop this stuff off after we loot this map. I can't move to target. Why not? There we go. Take it all. Is there another one over there? Or does this all count as one shelf? Oh, it all counts as one shelf, but you can only click on the end caps. Okay, that's what those are called for people who have never worked in retail. If you were fortunate enough to have never worked in retail, because retail is the most soul-destroying, miserable experience ever, these are called end caps. And typically there's extensive diagrams about how you should do it the most pedantically, of course. Like, oh, if you don't have the candy bar on this corner, our market research has indicated we sell 0.01% more candy bars if you put them on this corner than if you put them on this corner. Believe me, the pedantry goes to whole new levels. And then once you become a manager, then it's your fault if one of your employees doesn't stock the end cap right. And so it's just, it never ends. When you're the employee, it's always your fault. When you're the manager, when the employee messes it up, it's still your fault. It's just, Welcome to retail. Welcome to retail. I'm going to check this street, make sure there's no more Zeddy boys or Zeddy girls out here. Also that there's nothing that we can loot, because I think it's about time for us to break off this episode. This looting excursion has gone okay. It hasn't gone, like, incredibly, but it hasn't gone miserably either. I think that we got what we could out of this map, I guess. Did I loot the SUV? Let's make sure we looted the SUV. Right now, our carrying capacity is being a little bit impacted because we picked up so much fuel. And that's just like a thing that happens. You just pick up too much fuel, and so the gasoline is incredibly expensive. Like 7 gallons of gasoline. That'd be pretty weighty in real life. I've never carried 7 gallons of water. Oh, there's a restaurant. Hold on. Okay, so that's why I check my maps right there, is because I get ahead of myself and then I mess things up. Did we go in there already, actually? Let me check and see if the door's been kicked down. No, it hasn't. I always prefer to go in through the back door, and there's no, like, giggity wink-wink reason for that. I like to go through the back door because it tends to be less defended. If you go through the front door, sometimes you walk into a room full of like 100 people that all wish nothing but the worst on you, and then you're like, well, you don't have to wish the worst for me. You could upgrade it a little bit. I think I'm kind of a nice person. I mean, I wouldn't say a nice person because I do have my days where I'm like in traffic standing on my steering wheel yelling at people, but that's not every day. It's just some days. I hate this part. Yeah, I hate this part too. This is the worst part. Walking into a blind room, storeroom shelf. Fridges, freezers, anything else we can get stuff out of is fine. We may not be able to carry everything from this map. It looks actually like it's empty. Unless my line of sight is bad. Yeah, I think we might be okay in here, assuming there's nothing in the bathroom. Alright, I think we're alright. Let's go ahead and we're going to have our medic loot the final remaining amenities from this place. Or womenities, whatever you want to call it. I mean, amenities, obviously a single amenity for a man. Womenities, amenities for women. And then I don't know how we would make it, like, asexual. How we would make it all-inclusive. I suppose that I'm overanalyzing this right now. Got the bar table. Is there anything on the bar? Hey, bourbon. There you go. I'll take a bourbon whiskey. Why not? Not a big whiskey fan, actually, personally. I drink all clear liquors. I like tequila, both silver and gold. And I prefer very much vodka, to be honest. I like vodka very, very much. The Russian people I owe a massive debt of alcoholism to, because I enjoy vodka every now and again. I very much do. Vodka is one of those things that I don't think I could give up. I'm not a big fan of like whiskey or, you know, cognac or any of that stuff. I do like brandy though. Brandy's pretty good. Brandy's decent. It depends. I mean, I'll drink anything down to E and J. I don't even really care. I'm not an elitist about the liquor that I consume. I'll drink just about anything that's available if I'm trying to get my party on. But anyways, end of the episode. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. The game is called Dead State. If you want to get the game, look down below. It has all the information. I will see you all later. Just be aware that there are like weird amounts of bugs in this game that are just kind of there. Double Bear has said that the 1.0 version by no means means that they will stop updating it, so I'm assuming they're just kind of, they've got the game feature complete, now they're just bug squishing, but there are crashes, there are weird things like the zombies stacking on top of each other, there are weird things that happen every now and again like double turns, where it'll drop combat, reopen combat, and either give you an extra turn or give the zombies an extra turn, just random weird little foibles like that that pop up every 45 minutes or so, and it's about that frequent for me. I think that's a pretty good assessment, but by and large I like the game a lot. It's not often you get an RPG slash turn-based game that allows you to go into a zombie-infested world, so it's fun. I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.